nothing too crazy. It's just a winged liner and a nice red lip. It's pretty much a nice classic, you know, timeless look that is always okay. It's always in style. It can't fail ya. No big deal. I did talk about how I do my eyeliner, my winged liner. This is a pretty easy liner. Nothing too wild or like really bold or anything. So I figured it would be just, you know, easy and simple, and I'm just not making sense in this intro. Okay, to start out, we're gonna prime our skin, and I'm gonna use two primers. I'm gonna use the Too Faced Primed and Poreless and the Make Up Forever Mattifying one. It's just a little tiny one. And the Make Up Forever, I'm just gonna use down the bridge of my nose and on my chin because I get like super duper oily there for some reason. So I'm just going to use a little tiny bit. I've noticed if I use too much, it kind of balls up, and I'm not about it. This is going to sound weird. I have a pretty oily skin, but I like to mattify my face and then highlight to make it look dewy, because if I just let it, like, let the natural oils do their thing, my makeup just like flies off my face. My makeup just slides off my face. Okay. So then I'm using the Too Faced primer. Almost out. Just on the rest of my face. For foundation, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way in Snow. And I'm just going to use a beauty blender to buff it out. I don't know, with this foundation, I don't like using a brush with it. I don't know, sometimes I do. And by using a beauty blender instead of a brush, it kind of shears out the foundation a little bit. Because this foundation can be pretty full coverage, and it can kind of, I don't know, look a little too thick sometimes. But the beauty blender kind of picks up a little bit of it and makes it a more natural full coverage, if that makes sense. So I'm taking the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer in, I don't know, Fair. And I'm just going to take a little crown brush, a little concealer brush, and bring it under my eyes. And then I'm going to blend it out with a Morphe E8 brush. And I'm also going to bring it onto my eyelids a little bit. Or a lot of it. Whatever. And I'm just going to go over that concealer with a beauty blender. Just to pick up any excess. I'm going to go ahead and set that with the Mercier translucent powder. I always use this powder, and I think I like it. I don't know. I have my days. So now I'm going to use MAC Fix Plus just to spray it like a light mist all over my face. I'm just going to use like a light mist all over my face just to make the powder less cakey. So next I'm going to do my eyebrows. And it's pretty much the same all the time, so I'm just going to really fly through this. Okay, we're gonna classify today as not a good eyebrow day. It's fine. Moving on to highlighting. So typically for highlighting, I use the Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder, and Highlighter 1 is my favorite, but it's not matte, and I'm going for a more matte highlight today. So I'm going to be using, I don't know what the names are of the contour kit, the Anastasia contour kit, but I'm using the light one. That's all I can tell you. And I'm bringing it completely under my eye, not just on my cheekbones. It's kind of hard to see if it made any difference because I'm already pretty much the same color as that shade. To contour, I'm using the Nyx HD Blush in Taupe. I'm using a NARS Eater brush to kind of carve it out, and then I'm going to blend that out with a Real Techniques contour brush. Why was that so hard? So moving on to eyes, the eyeshadow is more about contouring the eye than it is like a specific shadow look. It's more about giving some definition to the eye. So yeah, use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette for that. And I'm gonna start out with this shade on a tapered blending brush. And I'm gonna use a pretty light hand because this really super strong contour. Okay, and I'm gonna use a pretty light hand with it. And then I'm gonna take this on the end, this lighter shade, which also, one time I almost dropped the palette and I dug my nail in it, and can you see like that little dent? And this is just gonna go on the lid. On that lid. This is just gonna go on the lid. It's too dark. I'm gonna use this white on the lid instead. So that's honestly it shadow-wise. It's nothing crazy, just to give my eyes a little bit more definition and not look so flat. So now we're gonna move on to eyeliner. And there's like a million different ways you can do this. I am going to use two, actually. I'll use two eyeliners. Use a liquid, which is the NYC Liquid Liner, and then this, it's also liquid, but it's in a little more precise form. Okay, so here's how I do it. I'm gonna take this, it's not really a felt tip, I guess. I'm calling it a felt tip for the sake of the video. This felt tip liner. Doing my eyeliner really isn't a stressful situation unless I'm trying to film it and then I don't know what I'm doing, so here we go. So I'm going to start on this kind of right where my lash line is. Sometimes I start from the bottom lash line and that gets a little too wild. So we're not going to do that. We're going to start from the top lash line and I'm just going to make a line out. The tails of my eyebrows went a little bit longer than I normally like them, so my goal is to not meet my wing with my tail of my eyebrow. Deep breaths. So you have your little line. Looks great, doing great so far. So to make the wing, I'm not going to start the top part of the wing from the tip of the liner. I'm just going to go a little bit further. That way you get that nice little flick. Otherwise it's more like a triangle. And sometimes I do that, but today we're not. So now that I have the actual wing, because liquid liner, especially the NYC, the brush is kind of big, it's kind of hard to make it a little bit precise on the inner corner, so I'm going to use this. So I am going to use it on the inside to line the inside. Just watch. Okay, so now onto the liquid liner. This is where things get a little crazy. But what's nice about this eyeshadow is that if your liner gets a little bolder than you were hoping, it's okay. You're not like covering any of your artwork. You're just gonna have some bold eyeliner. And I'm just gonna connect the bottom of this wing across my lid to this guy. Oh dear. Okay, let's talk about this situation. You see this little, line? You see that little line that just happened? That's okay. That's okay. We're gonna have some thicker eyeliner. It's okay. It's okay, friends. Please don't get out of focus. Now this is serious. Okay, here we go. Keep living your life. See how hard was that? How hard was that? The thing about eyeliner, it's, you know what this is? I'm gonna give you some advice. I'm gonna give you some life lessons right here. Eyeliner is a lot like most things in life. If you are afraid of it, you will not be able to tackle it. But if you go in with the mindset, it's just eyeliner, not a big deal. I can do this, I'm good at this, you'll be fine. Okay, let's just take a moment to admit that these are not even. Who cares? How often are you like this close to someone? You're not. Just kind of always have your head turned. Have your head turned. There you go. So I'm not going to do anything to my bottom lash line because I don't want to. But I am going to do this mascara to my top lashes. I'm using the Maybeline Great Lash in Berry Black. I don't always do my eyeliner that way. Sometimes I just take the liquid, slap it on. I don't really get scientific with it, but for the sake of learning, that is the easiest way I found, is to break it down into different compartments, into different sections. It just makes it a little bit easier and you don't feel as overwhelmed. Gel is also really easy to use, however, it's really hard to get a nice wing, like a nice precise one, without like a super tiny brush, and even then it's kind of tricky. Mascara is so boring. It's my like least favorite part of doing my makeup because it's just, I put lashes on anyway, and it's just not exciting at all. So I'm not going to put any on my bottom lash line. I just like the look it creates without mascara. I have been tongue-tied all day, friends. This is one heck of a journey. Okay. Lashes. So I use the same lashes pretty much every day, and it is the Ardell 120. They used to be just 120 Demis. I use them every day. They're my favorite lashes. If I find them somewhere, like at Sally's or Walgreens, I don't know, wherever I go, I will buy all of them. Yeah, I did it yesterday at Sally's and the girl was like, okay, but she didn't understand. I cut the inner corner, and these lashes are already kind of tapered, and I just cut the inner corner away. So I'm going to hold this at like an angle, the scissors at an angle, and bam, now they're kind of tapered. There you go, that easy. And these are like the easiest lashes in the world to apply because the band is so teeny tiny. It's so nice. Not like the most dramatic lashes ever, but they just kind of give just enough life to your face, to your lashes. I also have really blonde eyelashes. They're pretty much clear, so if I don't have something on top of them, it's really hard for me to coat like down to the root on the top of my lashes. So I just put lashes on top of them and it kind of covers it up for me. Yep, that's how I do it. The only bad thing is that the inner corner of these pop up really easy. Real easy, but it's not a big deal. Oh my goodness, stay on my face. Like they're like, okay, now they're already on. There you go. That was like 5 seconds. There's lash glue on my face, it'll dry, don't worry. Don't worry about me. This is just a funny story, it's not funny, or that much of a story. Yesterday I had on these mother of some lashes. They were huge, not huge. The band was huge. It was just like really we were not getting along. And I was just, after about 5 minutes, I was like, you know, today is not the day, I'm not the one. So I pulled them off, and they were some thick lashes, so I was being very careless. I just pulled it off, and the inner corner glue was like, no. And it was like a movie almost. It like stretched and like just snapped back. The glue hit me in the face, and like water. It was just a fun time. A fun time. Lashes are still drying. So I'm gonna highlight now with a more shimmery highlighter using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Starlight Illuminator. It's super pretty frosty. I'm a fan. Woo! Okay. Now on to the lips, and I'm going to use, for lip liner, not that one. For lip liner, I'm going to use the NYX Lipliner in Hot Red. And I am gonna overdraw my bottom lip just a little, not my top lip because that never looks realistic, but I am doing my bottom lip just in the center, just like down here. Because why not? And I am going to use a liquid lipstick, so there's really not a whole lot of need to line my lips, but when I'm over drawing them, I like to line them a little bit. So I'm using the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in Outlaw, my all-time favorite red, It's okay, so that is it. That is the finished look. So yeah, that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed it and maybe learned something, maybe not, I don't know. Hope you had a good time. Thank you again for watching. I will see you in my next video. Peace out.